All of this was just to satisfy his twisted obsession. Jiangshan used the excuse of fetching water to enter the girls' dormitory. While the girls were showering, he hid in the water room next door, watching silently. But he wasn't there to peep on them bathing. He was waiting for the real voyeur to appear. Because in his previous life, a brutal case had taken place at this school. That night, a voyeur broke into the bathhouse. When the students discovered him, he bolted in panic. Jiangshan once had the chance to stop the coming tragedy. But back then, all he felt was fear. The man rushed into the girls' bathroom and slaughtered a girl who was bathing. The incident was soon forgotten by everyone, but became Jiangshan's eternal nightmare. In the end, he couldn't graduate. He dropped out and enlisted in the army. After entering the special forces, he was repeatedly warned for breaking discipline. Yet the fury in his heart never faded. He couldn't understand. Why could those beasts who ruined others' lives act with such impunity? Over time, people began calling him the Lone Wolf. Eventually, during a raid on a crime syndicate, he was betrayed by his own teammates. The entire squad was wiped out, and even he was stabbed to death by a traitor. But his unwilling spirit was given another chance. He was reborn 10 years earlier. Jiangshan stood frozen, mind blank. Someone asked, "Hey, are you okay?" Jiangshan blurted out, "I'm not a pervert. I wasn't watching you use the toilet. I just thought it was creepy how you stood there without moving for so long." "You're a student?" the boy retorted. "Of course I'm a student." Jiangshan grabbed his shoulder and demanded, "What year, month, and day is it today?" "It's April 13th, 2015. Bro, maybe you should head to the counseling office." The boy with glasses gave Jiangshan a strange look, then left the restroom with his classmates. Jiangshan stared blankly at his reflection in the mirror, his face filled with disbelief. I really came back." He slapped himself across the face, and the sharp sting confirmed it was all real. "Since I'm alive, the ones who will die are you bastards." Just then, a few girls walked over from a distance, holding hands and chatting about celebrities on a variety show. Hearing the noise, Jiangshan turned his head to look. A blonde girl snapped at him. "What are you staring at, creep? Nobody said you were handsome." "Yeah, we're talking about Jackie. You muttering at the restroom door with a nosebleed is just gross. Forget it. Let's just go shower." Watching their backs, he suddenly remembered. It was April 13th today. He recalled that something terrible had happened on this very day. If he was going to rewrite his life, it had to start here. With that thought, he carried his water kettle and stepped into the girls' dormitory. His eyes scanned the windows but found nothing unusual. At the doorway, he asked, "Can I come in to fetch some water?" The teaching building supply got cut off again. Cut off again? Damn this lousy school. Don't you dare look around. Inside the water room, Jiangshan filled his kettle while keeping an eye on the time. Back then, it was here he failed to save a girl, a regret that haunted him for 10 years. This time, he was determined to make it right. Suddenly, a sharp scream rang out. "Help! Some creep is peeking at the girls in the shower." Jiangshan immediately turned and bolted toward the noise. Several girls were shouting at a man, "Don't let him get away! Grab him!" Their fury instantly enraged the man. In the next second, he pulled out a knife. "Stay back. You want to die? Get lost!" Jiangshan snatched up his kettle and hurled it at the man. With a loud bang, the kettle smashed against his head, scalding water splashing across his face. The man shrieked in pain, "Who the hell? I'll kill you." But before he could finish, Jiangshan had already rushed forward, slamming a kick straight into his skull. The man staggered back several steps and crashed to the ground, but he quickly scrambled up again. He swung the knife wildly at Jiangshan. Jiangshan dodged with ease, seized his wrist, and twisted hard. With a cry of pain, the knife clattered to the floor. Jiangshan raised his leg high and delivered another brutal kick to the man's head. The man collapsed to the ground, completely unconscious. But Jiangshan still wouldn't stop. He hammered the man's face again and again, pouring out 10 years of pent-up rage. Moments later, the man's front teeth were shattered, his nose collapsed, and his swollen face looked like a grotesque pig's head. Slurring through broken teeth, the man begged, "Classmate, stop anymore and I'll die." Jiangshan's fury finally began to subside. Just then, a sweet but timid voice spoke up. Jiangshan looked up and froze. It was the very girl who had been killed in his previous life. Her cheeks flushed as she said softly, "I know you were being brave, but could you not stare at me like that? It's making me really embarrassed." Her words struck something deep in Jiang Shan's heart. Moments later, the police arrived and hauled the man into the patrol car. "Kid, to take down an armed criminal barehanded. That's impressive. That joint lock technique was pretty professional. You trained somewhere?" Jiang Shan replied calmly. "Picked it up from TV. Just fancy moves. Techniques even regular scouts don't learn. And you got it from TV? Then what about this situation? Did the TV teach you that too?" Saying this, the officer suddenly lunged at Jiang Shan. Yet Jiang Shan didn't flinch. He just fixed the officer with an icy stare. The officer froze, sweat dripping down his face. "Such killing intent. What kind of kid is this?" Jiang Shan said coldly. "Officer, choking civilians isn't exactly proper, is it?" The rescued girl tugged at the officer's sleeve and said, "Uncle Officer, don't make things hard for him. I can testify. It was that creep who pulled the knife first. Even so, you can't beat a man half to death." A short while later, Jiang Shan stepped into his home. At the dinner table sat his mother. "Mom, I'm back. So you do remember where home is? Look at the time. Dinner's gone cold. We waited, and you never showed. Where were you running off to this time? And your school bag's missing too. Do you think this is how a student should act? Your father spoils you rotten. No wonder you've got so many bad habits. Go wash your hands." Hearing that familiar nagging voice, Jiang Shan suddenly lost control and threw his arms around her. "What's wrong? Did someone bully you outside? Don't cry, son, don't cry. Why do you seem so strange today? Are you not feeling well? Too much pressure from studying." Jiang Shan choked up and said, "Mom, don't worry. I'm fine. From now on, I'll always listen to you. You alright, listen to me? I'd be happy if you just stopped giving me headaches. We don't expect you to be some big shot. Just finish school, and your dad will find you a stable job in a government office." Listening to his mother's endless nagging, Jiang Shan felt warmth surge through his chest. After dinner, Jiang Shan lay on his bed, sighing to himself. "How nostalgic days when I don't have to worry about bullets blowing my head apart." He thought about how ordinary people had to give everything just to hold on to a bit of happiness. Yet villains could destroy it all with ease. Reborn once more, he would change this world and leave no regrets behind. The next morning, Jiang Shan arrived at school. The old gatekeeper even gave him a thumbs up. Even the upper-class girls who usually looked down on him now whispered with interest, "That's Jiang Shan from class 15? Looking closely, he's kind of handsome. Yeah, and the way he fought yesterday, it was so powerful. Well done, Jiang Shan. The principal's going to give you an award." Hearing even the director say that left Jiang Shan speechless. He never expected saving someone to cause such a stir. Would his classmates be the same? Sure enough, as soon as he reached the classroom door, he heard them gossiping. "That's him. Kicked the door down, fists like sandbags, just like a movie scene. Shanzi, those moves yesterday were insane. Just like Chong Wei beating Lai Fu. Want to learn? I'll teach you." "Really? Godfather." But their chatter annoyed Yang Tianli. "So what? You fought once, and now you act like you won an award. Quit showing off. Jiang Shan, where's your English homework from last night?" Jiang Shan casually handed it over. "Wow, Yang Tianli himself collected my homework. I'm honored." But Yang Tianli sneered, tearing it to shreds. "This doesn't count. Rewrite it." Jiang Shan's desk mate jumped up. "Yang Tianli, what the hell's your problem? Why rip up his homework?" Yang's lackey smirked. "Make him rewrite it 10 times and hand it in by the end of the day. You're just picking a fight." "Shut up." When Yang Tianli talks, who said a monkey like he gets to interrupt? Just as they were about to clash, Jiang Shan stopped his friend. "I'll rewrite it, but you'll have to apologize." Yang Tianli scoffed. "Apologize? For what?" Jiang Shan's voice turned cold. "For that cheap backbone of yours." The words lit a fire under Yang's lackey. He threw a punch straight at Jiang Shan. Jiang Shan dodged effortlessly. But suddenly, a girl passing by was about to be hit instead. In a flash, Jiang Shan rushed forward and pulled her aside. Still, her nose got grazed. Jiang Shan's eyes hardened. "You went too far. A hand that harms the innocent doesn't deserve to stay whole." With that, he twisted the lackey's arm in a grappling hold, then wrenched it hard. With a sickening crack, the boy's arm snapped. When Yang Tianli saw his lackey beaten, He grabbed a bench and swung it at Jiang Shan. But Jiang Shan, once a Special Forces captain, had already anticipated the move. He spun around, locked Yang Tianli's neck, and drove his fist straight at him. Just then, a furious voice thundered. Outrageous! Jiang Shan, are you addicted to fighting? Do you think this school belongs to you? Several girls quickly stepped forward to explain. Discipline head, it was Han Chong-hu. But the man cut them off harshly. Silence. Jiang Shan, to the office now. Yang Tianli, meanwhile, wore a smug grin. In the office, the director scolded. You! How could you clash with Yang Tianli head-on? Jiang Shan shot back coldly. So when he provokes me, I'm just supposed to endure it? The director sighed. His father's not some nobody. Even the principal won't cross him. You'll only suffer for this. He added with a heavy tone, every young man's been hot-blooded before, but you have to know when to hold back. Go write me a self-criticism and behave yourself from now on. Back in class, Jiang Shan was greeted with cheers. Hero. Nice work. That was badass, so satisfying. Thanks, Jiang Shan. We're just glad you're okay. But the scene only fueled Yang Tianli's lackey with rage. He's stealing the spotlight again. Are we just going to swallow this? No way. After school, I'll get some friends to block him. Let's see if he can take on 10 guys at once. Yang Tianli shook his head. I was too rash earlier. Thinking calmly now, relying on brute force is the behavior of lower creatures. This world runs on rules. The ones who know how to bend them become those on top. With that, he pulled out his phone and dialed his father's secretary. Uncle Zhao, I've got a question. If I wanted to send someone to juvenile detention, what's the proper way to handle it? At that moment, Lin Shi, the girl Jiang Shan had saved, approached him. Thank you for yesterday. Are you free tonight? This is my father's card. He'd like to thank you in person. Jiang Shan glanced down and saw the words, Eastern Theater Command. His heart skipped a beat. Lin Jinbong, one of the youngest major generals, a rising star in the military's younger faction. Though rumors said he later stepped away from the core power. Jiang Shan accepted the card and said calmly, wiping out evil is just my duty. Tell General Lin he needn't worry about it. With that, he turned and headed back to class. As soon as Jiang Shan sat down, his desk mate leaned in eagerly. So what did Lin Shi want? Her dad planning to make you his son-in-law? Satisfied now. Jiang Shan glanced at him, only to see jealousy all over his face. TCH, stop bragging already. Just then, Yang Tianli strode over. Jiang Shan, the principal wants you in his office. Now, the moment Jiang Shan stepped into the office, the principal pointed a finger at him and roared, If Han Chong dies, you're a murderer. Jiang Shan looked at the report in his hand and sneered. Skull fracture? The ink on this printout isn't even dry yet. He knew at once. This was Yang Tianli's doing. Yesterday, he hadn't even touched Han Chong's head. How could there be a fracture? The principal grew louder. Speak. It's in black and white. Are you still going to deny it? Jiang Shan cut him off coldly. Then I'll go to the hospital right now and see Han Cho myself. Let's find out if it was my mistake or your negligence. His eyes locked on the principal. And here's some advice. Don't get involved. What makes you so sure Yang Tianli's father can really cover the sky with one hand? The bluntness of Jiang Shan's words left the principal speechless. He hadn't expected this kid to be so sharp. At that moment, 2 policemen burst in. Jiang Shan, you're suspected of intentional assault. Come with us for questioning. Yang Tianli followed them inside, smirking. Jiang Shan, you think you can play with me? This is your farewell. Jiang Shan's gaze turned icy. Don't be in such a hurry, Yang Tianli. The show's only just beginning. Soon after, he was thrown into the interrogation room. One officer tossed a confession form onto the table. Be honest. Why did you go for the kill on your classmate? Jiang Shan sneered. Instead of wasting energy interrogating me, why don't you check the transfer records on Han Chong's phone? This may be your interrogation, but until my lawyer arrives, I won't say a word. He glanced around. By the way, no cameras running, right? Makes sense, since you don't even have a warrant. And the 2 of you showed up out of uniform. No IDs, procedures riddled with flaws. Your interrogation methods are amateurish at best. Didn't think the police station would hire a pair of clowns like you. The words left the 2 officers rattled. Who is this kid? How does he know the ins and outs of the force so well? Jiang Shan said calmly, bring in your superior. At least he might know the rules. A cold laugh echoed. Rules? Kid, rules don't apply to everyone. Your mistake was crossing the wrong people. Now, be smart, sign the confession, and we'll shave 3 years off your sentence. Jiang Shan eyed the man before him, the bureau chief, and smirked. So desperate to suck up to Yang Tianli's father? Let me guess, you're just a deputy chief, aren't you? He leaned forward. Climbing higher is fine, but if you claw your way up by any means necessary, sooner or later you'll fall. And when you fall, all that flesh of yours will be nothing but blood and meat on the ground. The words hit a nerve. The chief snarled, ordering Jiang Shan to shut up. He yanked Jiang Shan by the collar. Insolent brat, you think I don't dare rough you up? Before he could finish, a voice interrupted from outside. Chief, you have a call. Who is it? Can't you see I'm busy? It's from the theater command headquarters. Jiang Shan chuckled. Go ahead, Chief. Take the call, I'll wait. The chief froze. Theater command? Why would they be calling now? Could it really be about this kid? Seeing the chief hesitate, Jiang Shan sneered. What's wrong? Don't feel like answering? Left with no choice, the chief picked up the call, only to be ordered on the spot to release Jiang Shan immediately. The chief still tried to argue, but the man on the other end kicked the office door open. I'm sick of talking circles with bureaucrats like you. It was none other than He Changshan, Colonel Lin Jinbong's adjutant. The chief bristled, trying to hold his ground. You can't just barge in like this. This isn't proper procedure. He Changshan didn't bother listening. He drew his pistol and pressed it against the chief's forehead. The chief caved instantly, scrambling to the interrogation room with He Changshan. Here he is. Nothing happened, nothing at all. He Changshan's voice cut like a blade. Nothing happened? Then why arrest him? You've got guts, daring to lay hands on Colonel Lin's man. The chief wilted. Misunderstanding. Just a misunderstanding. They might have been a little late, but still, right on time. Turns out, before heading to the principal's office, Jiang Shan had slipped Lin Jinbong's card to his desk mate, telling him, if he didn't return soon, make the call. Jiang Shan couldn't help but sigh with relief. Good thing I played it cautious. Otherwise, Yang Tianli's little scheme might have worked. He Changshan pulled out official paperwork. Here's the proper procedure. Sign it and let him go. The chief hurried to comply, cursing inside. The Yang family really kicked an iron plate this time. After all, the Lin family's influence in the capital reached sky high. And with the military backing this kid, he was no ordinary student. The chief thought grimly he'd better find a way to mend this relationship. In the car afterward, He Changshan glanced at Jiang Shan from the driver's seat. Student Jiang, right? Thank you for saving our commander's daughter. Uncle Lin saved my life once too, so that settles the score, Jiang Shan said. He Changshan laughed. Fair enough. She said you're skilled. How skilled are we talking? Show me. Before the sentence finished, he suddenly threw a punch. Jiang Shan tensed, so he was testing him. He Changshan feigned innocence. Oh, come on, don't be like that. I was just curious. As he spoke, he swung. Jiang Shan easily dodged. The driver, watching the two wrestle in the back seat, muttered under his breath, Sir, there's a checkpoint up ahead. He Changshan exhaled. Phew, good thing we weren't caught. I don't feel like writing a report. A short while later the car pulled up. The commander's waiting upstairs, He Changshan said. Jiang Shan headed inside. He Changshan rubbed his shoulder. This kid's weird. His close quarters fighting is crazy strong. You getting bruised, sir? Shut up. Fetch me some balm. You must be student Jiang? Finally met you. Have a seat, T. Jiang Shan bowed politely. Thank you, Uncle Lin. Lin Jinbong's expression grew heavy. No, I should be the one thanking you. She's my only daughter. If you hadn't acted, I'd owe you my life. Jiang Shan replied calmly. Sir, you flatter me. Standing up for others is what any decent person would do. Lin nodded. Still, facing an armed thug head-on, that takes guts. I respect that. Take a look at this. With that, he handed Jiang Shan a top-secret document. Lin Jinbong spoke in a low voice. Deputy District Chief Yang has been getting restless lately. Like a tree, if it wants to grow lush and strong, its branches need trimming. You may have suffered today, but don't worry. Yang and his son won't stay arrogant for long. Jiang Shan's eyes flashed at those words. In his past life, Yang Tianli's father had indeed been taken down around this very time. Back then, about 6 million in dirty money mysteriously vanished, only to be rediscovered in 2024 in the Yang family's abandoned estate. Lin glanced at him. "Student Jiang, what are you thinking about?" Jiang Shan smiled faintly. "Just wondering, if Deputy Chief Yang's house got robbed, what kind of face would he make?" That night, at 3 in the morning, Jiang Shan dressed in black from head to toe, a bag slung over his back. He crept toward the door, careful not to wake his mother, sleeping on the couch. Suddenly, her voice rang out in her sleep. Father and son, both useless, out all night messing around. Break their legs. Jiang Shan froze, then realized she was just sleep-talking. Relieved, he slipped out safely. Soon he arrived at the Yang family villa. Jiang Shan first studied the web of surveillance cameras around the property. He muttered inwardly, "Damn, look at this density. No wonder, crooked officials." Spotting a blind spot, he whispered to himself, "This angle's clean. I'll go from here." He set the timer on his watch, double-checking it. With a step on the trash bin, he vaulted upward. Using the momentum, he flipped into the courtyard. He remembered. The reports only mentioned money hidden in some abandoned ornament, but not the exact location. That much cash, what kind of ornament could hide it? His eyes landed on the fountain in the center. A fountain counts as decoration, doesn't it? The thought struck him hard. The fountain still running at midnight was strange enough. Up close, sure enough, there was something hidden inside. Just then, a guard's grumbling voice came from afar. "So tired, pulling night patrols for what? Who dare steal from the deputy chief's house anyway? Waste of effort." Suddenly, there was a splash. A guard shouted nervously, "Who's there?" Jiang Shan turned his head, only to see a white cat. The guard sighed in relief and turned away to patrol elsewhere. Once he was gone, Jiang Shan rose quietly from the fountain. Hidden in a place like this, no wonder it was never seized. Lucky me to find it right away. Feels like fate itself is helping. But 6 million was far more than he expected. His backpack definitely couldn't hold it all. He scanned the area and spotted a handcart nearby. He piled the money onto it and began to push. A smirk tugged at his lips. Now what should I do with this? Buy a house? Invest in crypto? In this era, betting on the internet could make me rich. The thought alone lifted his spirits. Just then, a car rolled past him. It screeched to a sudden stop right in front of him. A drunk Yang Tianli staggered out, shouting, "Jiang Shan, go rot in jail." He kicked the cart and sneered. "You're just like this trash. The garbage can is where you belong." Suddenly, Yang Tianli noticed the handcart held not trash, but a thick stack of cash. He was baffled. Am I seeing things? Why would there be money on the street? Jiang Shan had already crept around behind him. In the next instant, Jiang Shan moved with brutal efficiency and knocked Yang Tianli out cold. He said coldly, "Before you call others trash, look in a mirror. Will you even? Underage, no license, drunk driving, textbook spoiled brat. Your mother was right. Neither of you are worth much." With that, he delivered 2 hard kicks for emphasis. Then he pulled a kitchen knife from his bag. Not worth killing, but happy to give you a lesson. He roughly lifted Yang's head and shaved it clean. When he was finished, Jiang Shan rubbed his sore neck. Done. Didn't expect the delicate stuff to be so tiring. Hope Mr. Yang enjoys his new look when he wakes up. The next morning, Jiang Shan's mother knocked on his door. "Jiang Shan, get up." "Mom, 5 more minutes, just 5 minutes," he mumbled. "If you're late again, don't blame me if there's no breakfast. I'm heading to the temple to pray later. Tell me, don't be scared. Why is the kitchen knife covered in hair? Why is the foyer soaked? Where did all that water and hair come from? I felt someone going in and out last night. Son, was it a thief or a ghost? You fell asleep again? Stayed up late again, didn't you? I told you not to." Jiang Shan couldn't help but think. Mom, the ultimate recon soldier, activated. Meanwhile, over at the Yang villa, a guard finishing his shift spotted a drunk passed out at the gate. Irritated, he kicked the man. Early morning and a drunk blocking the road. "Wake up. You know whose street this is? Get lost." The drunk slurred. "Who dares talk back to me, the young master?" The guard suddenly recognized him. "Young Master Yang. What happened to you?" he stammered. "Shut up. This noise is giving me a headache." Yang Tianli grumbled, rubbing the back of his head. He suddenly felt something strange under his hand, an odd prickliness. Looking down, he saw clumps of hair scattered on the ground. Rage flared. He bellowed, "Who did this? I'll have my father destroy him. Get one locked up, and we'll get the second. Your whole family will pay alongside Jiang Shan." "Dad, someone's bullying me again." "Dad, find them and shoot them. Young Tianli wailed, tears of grievance in his eyes as he ran for home. He froze the moment he reached the doorway. A man and a woman were escorting his father out, hands cuffed. Yang lunged forward. "Dad, don't go with him. Who are you? On what grounds are you taking him? Let him go, or I'll have all of you sentenced to death." "You must be Yang Tianli?" the officer asked. "So what if I am?" he snapped. "This is the Anti-Corruption Bureau executing an operation. Your father is suspected of serious misconduct. Please cooperate with the investigation." The color drained from Yang Tianli's face. He stood there ashen. "Tianli, this time your father can't save you," someone said coldly. Meanwhile at school, Jiang Shan's desk mate shook him awake in a panic. "Shanzi, wake up. Big news. Yang Tianli's dad got arrested." Jiang Shan replied indifferently with an "oh." His desk mate was baffled. "You're not even surprised?" Jiang Shan retorted coolly. "Evil deeds lead to self-destruction. What's there to be surprised about?" The desk mate mumbled, "I'm tired. What did you do last night? You look exhausted, and you smell kind of damp. Went fishing in the river. Then you're screwed. Fishing's banned in Jianghe. Watch out, or you'll get pinched." In his last life, that political storm nearly swept the whole city. What stood out this time was that Deputy Yang's arrest happened slightly earlier than before. A butterfly flaps and sets off a distant storm. Perhaps his rebirth had nudged the original timeline. Don't dwell on metaphysics. There was a more immediate question: what to do with 6 million? His goal was revenge, so the money had to serve that. But 6 million as seed capital wasn't nearly enough to build a force capable of challenging Qinshao. Maybe invest it to grow the principal? Buy this building and rent it out, perhaps? Used to being poor, the most realistic plan he could think of was becoming a landlord. He should have studied harder, then at least. Lost in thought, he reached the mouth of an alley. Inside, a few thugs were kicking a man to the ground. Jiang Shan shook his head. "This old district's gone to hell. So many punks lately. Let them beat him for a bit, then we'll step in," he muttered. "We want your money like it's your life." "Useless, stop. I don't have any money. Please, spare me." Bystanders whispered. "Isn't that some bureau chief? Big shots getting pushed around, and even thugs bully them. Pathetic." One of the punks pulled out a steel pipe. "Old man, still not scared? Guess you won't cry until you see your coffin." The man groaned and collapsed onto the ground. The thugs froze, staring at him lying motionless. "Is he dead?" None of them could tell. The one with the pipe grit his teeth and raised it again, ready to smash down. Just as the blow was about to fall, Jiang Shan made his move, charging forward in a single bound. His kick sent the thug flying. The fallen man looked up in shock. He never expected his savior to be Jiang Shan. Jiang Shan smirked. "Well, Director Dong, office too stuffy for you? What brings you crawling into the gutter like a rat?" Jiang Shan hadn't expected the respectable Director Dong to be beaten and extorted by a gang of punks. Without hesitation, Jiang Shan struck, kicking one thug flying and quickly subduing the rest. Director Dong looked up, startled. "Jiang Shan, what are you doing here?" Jiang Shan replied coolly. "Funny, I was about to ask you the same. You're supposed to be a director. How did you end up like this?" Dong's gaze flickered. He mumbled, "I'm conducting undercover inspections as a plainclothes officer." Jiang Shan already had his suspicions. He hauled Dong to his feet and mocked, "Spare me. Even an emperor travels with 2 guards when he's incognito. Your plainclothes act has 0 situational awareness." Dong quickly tried to pivot. "All right then, Xiao Jiang, come take the police civil service exam and be my bodyguard." Jiang Shan cut him off. "Don't be ridiculous. I have other business to discuss with you." Dong hurried on. Fine, no problem. My car's nearby. Let's talk there. You've got real potential, kid." Jiang Shan watched the stunned thugs and muttered, "These kids, no sense of consequences, always acting on impulse." Dong suddenly realized and hurriedly said, "Right, these brats are barely in their teens. We owe you today. If not for you, this old man would have been done for." Jiang Shan interrupted. "The old district security needs a cleanup. Too many problems." Dong agreed at once. "Absolutely. It's urgent. But General Lin is very involved. Uncle Lin cares about local security," Dong went on. "And Dong wants to climb the ladder. Plain clothes work alone won't cut it. You need solid results." Dong peered at Jiang Shan. "What are you getting at?" Jiang Shan smiled faintly. "I've got a way to make money. I'm just missing a trustworthy partner." The eastern block of the old district is slated for demolition soon. Dong's eyes widened. You mean get in position ahead of the curve? Dong added, that'll take huge capital and connections. Jiangshan interrupted. I've got the cash, and I can pull the connections. What I need is someone who can handle trouble. Someone on the inside who'll make sure everything is legal and tidy. Depends on whether Director Dong wants to earn a little retirement money, Jiangshan said with a smirk. Dong paused for a long moment, deep in thought. Then he nodded firmly. If you trust me, I'll trust you too. From now on, you're like my own nephew. Whatever you need done, just say the word. Pleasure doing business, Uncle Dong. By the way, how do you even know about the demolition plan? Lin's family told you. You guessed nephew. Huh, you're sly one, uncle. The next morning, Jiangshan returned to school. The class monitor rushed up and suddenly dropped to his knees with a loud thud. Jiangshan, I'm begging you. I was wrong before. I was an idiot. Please, for old time's sake, save my dad. You're the only one who can talk to the Lin family. Please, tell them to release him. I'll do anything. You want me to kneel? I'll kneel. As he bowed, his wig slipped off, revealing a completely bald head. The whole class froze. A second later, the room erupted in laughter. Yo, enlightened already, Baldy? Nah, more like reborn. Shut up. Stop laughing. Yang Tianli roared, his face flushed red with rage. Jiangshan blinked. Wait, why'd he shave himself bald? My handiwork not good enough? The class monitor looked ready to cry. Damn it, I shouldn't have let that fool fix it for me. Now, I look ridiculous. Jiangshan sighed. Get up. A man shouldn't be kneeling like that. It's pathetic. The monitor looked up, eyes full of hope. You'll help me? Jiangshan's tone turned cold. I never said that. Your father broke the law. You know that better than anyone. Instead of pulling strings, start cooperating with the investigation. Now go. Class is starting. Realizing Jiangshan wouldn't help, the monitor wiped his tears away. As he left, he spat out a threat. Just wait, Jiangshan. What I've lost, you'll lose too. Jiangshan's deskmate chuckled. Bro, he lost his hair. You think he's cursing you to go bald too? That night, the class monitor gathered a few street punks in a back alley. Boss Yang, do we really have to do this tonight? We're still hurt from yesterday. Fatty and the others are still in the hospital. Shut up. Get everything ready. The underlings obeyed, lighting the Molotov cocktails with shaky hands. One of them hesitated. Maybe we shouldn't. Boss, fighting is one thing, but arson? That's serious time. Serious, my ass. It'll just look like an accident. Understand? Now go. Burn it clean. Let Jiangshan feel what hell is like. Just as one of them was about to throw the bottle, a calm voice echoed from the shadows. Yo, Monitor Yang. Writing poetry under my window at midnight? Yang froze. Who's there? Come out. Don't mess with me. He turned, and his legs went weak. It was Jiangshan. Jiangshan stepped into the light, his tone calm and cutting. It's me. We meet again. Mind telling me what you're doing outside my house? You're supposed to be asleep. Damn it. Hey, you too. Get him. But the goons hesitated. Boss, he's the one who wrecked us yesterday. And how do I treat you, huh? Now's your chance to pay me back. No matter how he yelled, no one dared move. Jiangshan smirked. No need to fight over who's first. You'll all end up the same. In the next instant, he lunged forward. His palm struck like a whip through the air, smashing straight into one thug's face. Blood sprayed as the man collapsed, face disfigured. Jiangshan's eyes glowed red, his presence feral and suffocating. He stared down coldly at the bodies on the ground. The fallen thug's Molotov burst on impact, flames spreading fast. Useless trash, Yang roared. You go. Kill him. The last goon stared at Jiangshan's blood-red eyes and froze. Then he turned tail and bolted. Crap, I just remembered. I left the gas on at home. Boss, good luck. You traitor. Yang screamed after him. After all I've done for you. Just as the monitor tried to keep shouting, Jiangshan looked up at him and asked coldly, still staring, so how are we going to handle this? The monitor broke out in sweat. Fear clawed at him. He fumbled with a Molotov and threatened, don't come closer. One step and I'll burn your house down. Before the words settled, Jiangshan was already on him. In the next second, Jiangshan had the monitor's arm in a vice-like grip. The monitor felt his arm being crushed. He was powerless. There was no way he could beat this man. He begged, wait. I was joking. Come on, we're classmates. Please, spare me. Jiangshan's smile went cold and hungry. Classmates? Fine. Do me one favor. Keep quiet. Then he landed a heavy blow. Shut the hell up. What if you wake my mom? The monitor was beaten viciously. His cries faded only after a long time. Soon after, police cars arrived on the scene. Locals pointed and shouted, "We called it! Get that sneaky bald guy!" The bloodied monitor protested as they hauled him off. "Arrest me? Are you blind?" He started it. He even broke my leg. He lashed out at Director Dong. "Dong Li, you thankless bastard. After everything my father did for you." Dong merely smiled. "Young Master Yang, it seems your father never taught you how to be a proper official. The first lesson is reading the situation. If you can't see the terrain, playing with fire only burns yourself." After the monitor was taken away, Dong looked at Jiang Shan with a grin. "Late night, thanks for handling it, kid. How about I get you a project to keep you busy?" Jiang Shan didn't bother giving him face. He turned away. "Get some sleep. I've got real work tomorrow." The next morning, Jiang Shan arrived in the rundown old district. Director Dong stepped carefully through the muddy road, frowning. "Damn, look at this place full of potholes. You really think there's money here? Even demolition won't fetch much." Jiang Shan smirked inwardly. "Last time, 17 people became millionaires right here. Hey, let me give you a little insider tip." Jiang Shan grinned. "This whole area is about to be included in the satellite city expansion plan. Once the high-tech zone moves in, land prices will skyrocket, and so will the payouts." Director Dong laughed heartily. "Ha, you even know this kind of inside news? Guess I picked the right partner." "Good," Jiang Shan thought. "With this old fox on my side, I can carve a fat slice out of the demolition map." "Come on, Director Dong. Still plenty of spots to check." They arrived at a shabby bar called Slow Time, with a for sale sign hanging at the door. "Boss, sign here. 15 grand. All yours." Dong looked around inside. "Not bad at all. Why sell it?" The owner sighed. "My son racked up gambling debt. The loan sharks come every day. If I don't pay up, they'll take the building." Dong slammed his palm on the counter. "Outrageous. What an unfilial brat." Jiang Shan frowned. "Debt collectors showing up right before demolition? That's too convenient." "Who's EO?" Jiang Shan asked. "Who else?" The man muttered. "Chen Jinhu, Tiger. Weird thing is, he seems more interested in this bar than the debt itself. I'm scared something's coming, so I'm selling fast." Jiang Shan froze for a moment. Then he smiled faintly. "I see. So that guy's got his eye on the old district too." Director Dong wanted to celebrate with a drink, but Jiang Shan was already heading out. "Keep the contract safe, Director. This isn't the time to relax. Someone else is waiting for the same opportunity." Meanwhile, a man puffed hard on a cigar. Beside him, a sultry woman purred. "Tiger, stop staring at those rundown streets. Aren't I a better view?" The man didn't turn. He just said, arrogantly, "What do you know? A king inspects his own realm." The woman sidled closer, cooing, "So you're the king. Does that make me your queen?" He laughed. "You? My queen? This man has ruled the knights of Jiangcheng for 20 years. The Night King, Chen Jinhu. Casinos, loan sharks, pawn shops, transport. His operations run across the city. Some call him Chun Half City. And people say after midnight, he's the one who truly rules this town." At that moment, a car eased to a stop nearby. Director Dong murmured from inside, "Xiao Jiang, Chen Jinhu's a mad dog. If he pins his teeth on the demolition pie. Besides, word is he's connected to the Chun family in the capital." Jiang Shan's stomach dropped. Could it be that Chun family? In his past life, it was the Chun family that finished him off. He thought to himself, so they've shown up. One day I'll wash the Chun family in blood. Director Dong, seeing him silent, asked, "Wait, do you know the Chun family?" Jiang Shan snorted coldly, "A little. You're partially right. Chun Jinhu's just a mad dog, a dog kept by the Chens. If that dog dares reach for anything, I'll chop off his paws first. Old Dong, you keep arranging property acquisitions. I'll front the money. Leave the rest to me." Jiang Shan stared out the window. "Old debts with the Chens. This life I'll start by collecting interest." Meanwhile, on Chun Jinhu's side, a report reached him and he flew into a rage. Someone had hijacked the old district bar deal. His underlings stammered. "Yes, the tale said the old man sold the place." Chun Jinhu slapped the underling across the face and snarled, "Unbelievable. You screw up something this small, what good are you? Setups, drugging people, and you still got intercepted? What the hell have you been doing? Find out who did it." Just then, a man came running in. The gate boy blurted, "Manager, you're finally here. Tiger's furious out there." The manager pulled out his phone as soon as he came in and tried to calm Tiger down. "Come on, Boss Tiger, take it easy. We'll investigate properly." He held the screen up to Chin Jin-Hu. "Look at this photo. Seems like a student. The guy with him looks like Dong Li." "Dong Li? That bootlicker of the Yangs? How's he still standing after the Yangs fell? Who's that student anyway? Doesn't look like he's from the underworld. Dong's a district chief. Can't just pick a fight with him. Find everything on this student. 3 days, complete dossier on my desk. And you, pretty boy, keep people watching that bar. See what their next move is. One screw up, and I'll castrate you and make you disappear." Threat. Meanwhile, Jiang Shan and his buddies were waiting by the back entrance of Chun Jinhu's nightclub. One of them grabbed Jiang Shan nervously. "Shanzi, this is Tiger's turf. Heard he's ruthless." Jiang Shan was calm. "So what? Follow the plan. You just stay put. Play on your phone. It'll be over quick. If anything goes wrong, I'll take the hit. You won't get hurt." The kid hesitated. "We're young. This place is full of vice." Jiang Shan teased. "Don't want that new console anymore? Then go home." Eventually, the kid stayed for the promise of a game. Jiang Shan signaled them to hide and whispered, "Wait for my signal." The underground emperor. "Huh? Today I'll meet him face to face," he thought. Hands in his pockets, he said confidently, "Don't disappoint me." Lucky for him, his last life experience on anti-gambling raids meant he knew about the secret entrance. He stepped up and knocked. A small hatch opened and a stranger peered out. "No business tonight. Move along," the man barked. Jiang Shan's mind clicked. He'd read the case files. "No business tonight" was a code phrase. He answered correctly. Business or not depends on luck. The hatch opened, and they let him in with deference. "Sir, you're a new face here." Jiang Shan casually flashed a wad of cash. "You guys familiar with this?" He grinned and asked, "So what's fun in here? Show me around." He clapped his hands softly. The next moment, a line of bunny girls in uniform swayed out, greeting the guests with sweet smiles. As Jiang Shan entered the casino, he saw a man on his knees begging, "Please, lend me some money to win it back. My family will lose our home." One of the bunny girls giggled. "Some people are just cursed, but you, handsome, look lucky tonight. You'll walk out rich." Jiang Shan scoffed. "Gambling isn't about luck," the bunny girl tilted her head. "Then what is it about? You work here. You should know better. Hey, exchange 10 grand in chips." In moments, stacks of chips were laid neatly in front of him. Most people think gambling is ruled by luck. In truth, it's all about psychology. And a few tiny tricks. Jiang Shan took his seat and began his plan for the night. He glanced at his cards. Ace of hearts, king of spades, queen of clubs. Not a flush, but decent. Then he noticed a fat man beside him. His ear twitched, facial muscles tightening upward. A good hand, no doubt. The long-haired man across the table stayed calm, unreadable. But those long pinky nails weren't just for style. Probably used to scratch secret marks on the cards. The dealer spoke politely. "Everyone done looking? Any raises?" The fat man and the long-haired player both raised. Seeing Jiang Shan silent, the dealer asked, "What about you, young man? Call or fold?" Without a word, Jiang Shan shoved his entire stack forward. "All in." The fat man gasped. "This kid's shoving? What kind of hand does he have?" The long-haired man frowned, watching Jiang Shan carefully, certain it was a bluff. Jiang Shan raised his hand innocently. "Hey, Mr. Dealer, first time playing. If your hand's super strong, it's better to bet more, right?" The dealer blinked, then smiled awkwardly. "Well, you could say that." The fat man in long hair hesitated, completely thrown off, and folded. "According to the rules," the dealer announced, "the pot goes to this young man. Please reveal your hands before the shuffle." Jiang Shan calmly flipped his cards. The two men froze. "Super strong? That's it. Smaller than mine. I thought it was a flush or something. Damn it, we got bluffed." As they demanded a rematch, Jiang Shan gathered his chips with a smirk. "Next table. Same trick doesn't work twice." The bunny girl's eyes widened when she saw him return, arms full of winnings. "Wow, handsome. You won all that already? Told you, lucky star tonight." Jiang Shan replied coolly, "Since I'm so lucky, how about I buy you a drink?" Then added flatly, "Never mind, Auntie. I'm still in school." That, Auntie hit her like a dagger. Before she could retort, Jiang Shan asked, "By the way, Auntie, got any faster games around here?" She rolled her eyes, but forced a smile. Looking for excitement? Try that one. Soon, Jiangshan was at the dice table. The dealer shook the cup hard. Dice clattered inside with crisp, rhythmic taps. Jiangshan closed his eyes, listening. Bounce patterns, drop angles. 4, 5, 6. The tone sounded muffled. Suddenly, his eyes snapped open. Got it. The last die landed, 6 facing down. The dealer called out, "Final bets, please. No more after this." Jiangshan pushed all his chips forward. All in big. The dealer's eyes widened. Another all in? This kid's been winning nonstop. As expected, the dice stopped at 4, 5, and 6. Big win. The crowd erupted. The dealer frowned. How was his kid winning every round? He wasn't even wearing any x-ray glasses. Hey, Jiangshan urged lazily. Keep it going. I'm sleepy. Let's win this quick so I can go home. The dealer cursed inwardly. Win quick? If you win any faster, I'll have to explain this to the boss. Meanwhile, every move Jiangshan made was being watched through the surveillance feed. In the monitoring room, Chun Jinhu slammed his fist on the table. Damn it, he thinks this is a charity house. Doesn't he know when to stop? He turned to his men. Get that Japanese chicken here now. Back on the floor, Jiangshan was already on a streak, chips piling up like a miniature mountain. The gamblers around him murmured in awe. Holy crap, he's up millions. Is he some kind of god of gambling? Another whispered, more like a dead man walking. The boss will lose it. Might even sell him to pay it back. At that moment, the casino's inner door slammed open. 2 burly guards escorted a woman out, elegant, calm, but exuding lethal pressure. Step aside, she told the dealer coldly. I'll handle this one. Her eyes met Jiangshan's across the table, sharp, assessing. Jiangshan froze for half a second. She looks familiar. The manager announced loudly. Ladies and gentlemen, from this round on, Miss Nozama Chizuru herself will serve our guest. Jiangshan's heart skipped. Nozama Chizuru. She's supposed to be in the golden triangle. Chizuru ran her fingers over the dice cup, her tone icy. Sir, place your bet. Allow me to serve you personally. The truth was, they'd met long ago. May 17th, 2 Tokyo, Shibuya. Noisy, dangerous, chaotic, alive. That was Shibuya at night. And yet, that chaos carried a rare kind of beauty. Jiangshan had closed his eyes, savoring the burn of his drink. Then Chizuru leaned close and whispered, Mr. Jiang, don't close your eyes. Your gaze, it's like a wolf's. I like that cold fire in them. So please keep looking at me. Jiangshan remembered. Chizuru that night was like a dangerous cat. A cat doesn't care about your secrets, she whispered. It just wants to make you happy tonight. Let me keep you company. She had been tipsy, her words softer than silk. To truly listen to the dice, she said, you must feel the cup's breath. Sense the tiniest language of your opponent's muscles. Just like you can feel my heartbeat right now. The memory shattered as the sound of dice brought him back. Chizuru was already shaking them. Jiangshan closed his eyes, listening intently. Every tiny movement of hers was clear in his senses. The tensing of her neck, the shift of her clothes, the rhythm in her wrist. Then she stopped, placing the dice cup down with elegance, signaling him to bet. Jiangshan grinned. All in. Triple threes. Chizuru froze. All in on a triple. Impossible. How could he know? Jiangshan gestured calmly. Go on, Miss Nozama. Open it. She bit her lip and lifted the cup. 3 threes. The entire casino went silent. So quiet it felt unreal. 5 million doubled, the manager stammered, face pale. We're bleeding money. In the monitoring room, Chun Jinhu roared. Who the hell is messing with me? I'll get him alive. A lackey burst in, panting. Boss, I saw him. It's that student who bought your bar. What? He bought my bar and took my money. Has he lost his damn mind? Hey, Bao. Hey, who? Grab the blades and come with me. I'll dig up his ancestors if I have to. Meanwhile, Jiangshan cashed out at the counter, dialing his phone. Yo, Deng Jia, it's your cue. A moment later, Chun Jinhu stormed in with his men. You little bastard. Wreck my place and try to run. He raised a machete, roaring. But then, everything went black. The power was cut. When the lights came back on, Chun Jinhu was already on the floor, blood streaming from his forehead. Jiangshan grabbed the duffel bag full of cash and sprinted toward the back exit. Damn, his skin's tough. My hand's still numb. Deng Jia, Let's go. Are you still in the control room? Just then, a sultry voice came from behind him. Looking for someone handsome? The bunny girl from before stepped out of the shadows, this time flanked by a small army of thugs. She said coldly, "Tell me, kid, are you looking for trouble?" Before she could finish, Jiang Shan undercut her with a single line. "Annie, step aside, will you? I'm trying to go home." The bunny girl exploded. "You little punk. Don't call me Andy. Get him now. No one walks out of this casino with the house's money. Bring it back." One thug grinned. Be sensible and hand it over. If we rough you up, don't come whining about your pretty face being ruined. Jiang Shan felt a flash of unease. Damn, of all things, I didn't plan on pissing off the women here. The bunny girl fixed him with a glare. "You don't just cross me, you cross Tiger." Jiang Shan shrugged coolly. "Huh, rabbits serving the tiger, fine. Just a few more small fish to fry."